Okay, we are ready to start our Greek god, goddess, or monster drawing. So you should have picked out a drawing from their booklet. You could also bring one in if you want, but you want to make sure it's really clear. This one would be really way more difficult to do than this one. This one's going to be a lot easier. So if you found a picture of a Greek, make sure it's Greek, a Greek god, goddess, or monster, you could print that and bring that in. So I'm going to put it on there so that my letters and my numbers are not over the picture. And these are 1-inch grids. I've already measured out how big my piece of pottery is. My piece of pottery is 4 inches and about 3/4. So I know that this will fit because I could go all the way down to here if I wanted to. And then I'm going to start drawing one space at a time. So I'm going to go to 1A. This is 1A right here. And I'm going to look and see, okay, this is about halfway right about here. So I know that my image is going to be, right about here. And I put little dots on there just to sort of gauge where I'm going. This is about halfway horizontally. So I know that he's going to be a little bit more than halfway up here. And then that cheek comes out. I'm just drawing this space right here. And then it goes up and around like that. Oh wait, is that the top? Here's another clue, another little tip you can use. You can put your pencil on there to measure. That actually should be a little bit lower. That line was a little bit too high. Don't forget, you need to have your pencil and make sure you bring an eraser. The bigger the mistakes, the bigger our eraser needs to be. Yeah, that should have been lower. And that's the top of his hair there. And his ear is in this little quadrant. A quarter is a quadrant, so right about this space right here is that weird little ear. Ears are weird, aren't they? I think whoever made man had a lot of fun, had a good laugh when he made, or she made, ears and noses and toes. Just weird. Ears, noses, and toes are just weird. There's a little curly there, kind of goes over. Okay, now I get kind of spastic excited when I see something go right through a corner. So I know in between 1 and 2, so 1, 2, AB. This is 1, 2, AB right here. There's a little corner of the mouth is in A. Then it goes down through that X, below into space B2 at the top there, and then back up into A2. Okay, so I'm going to come back up here to A2, and if this is about halfway here, then I know that cheek is going to be on this side, and it matches up with that. Goes up a little bit higher on that side, not much, and down for that cheek. And, oh, no, I think that's a little too wide. Just a little bit too wide. A little bit too wide. Again, that whole eraser thing is way cool. The eraser is cool. Comes in a little bit. And then an ear. And it's a curly hair. Curl. And a little bit more straight at the top. Then we have a little curl here. And a little curl going the other way here. Another curl here. Alright, now he has some very strange eyes. His eyes and his nose, right here. There's a curl right here, a curve, that's his nose. And I'm actually going to make his eyes a little bit higher because I just think that looks even too weird. You can make them right there if you want, but I'm going to put a little artistic license in it. Okay, now I'm to space B1, and the chin comes down in through this space here, and then down. That's actually the cheek on the left-hand side, and then B2, if this is about halfway here, then that chin is on the left quadrant. Curves around. The neck is in 1. Curves here. And then the collar goes back into 2. And then this part of the sleeve. Also look for negative shapes. So this is a negative shape right here. All the objects that are the shapes we're looking up, those are the positive shapes. So this is a negative shape right here, and that's kind of a weird little shape. And I can see that it gets skinny right here, and then it curves like that. Okay, then I'm going to come back over here, And I'm going to look at, uh-oh, I just made a mistake. Look at that. Oh, no. See how you can see part of his piece in here? I can still kind of see it. I put it over too far. You can just barely see that. All right, I'm going to make it work. I'm going to draw into this space here too. Nope, it goes all the way to the edge. All right, be careful. Number 1 has a piece of, oh, Miss Littlefinger, why are you such a dork? Never mind, I'm just a dork. Okay, so I see a circle that's in between B and C, on that, right on the line, B and C, maybe a little bit higher. And then a concentric circle. Concentric means it goes around the same line, same shape. You see another circle here. It's mostly in 1. And then the circle around it is in 2 as well. And there's a diagonal line to connect. His sleeve, looking at this negative shape right here, his sleeve, shoulder come up here, and then curve down there. And then there's 2 lines that go here and here.
Mrs. Littlefinger?
Yes?
Would you please have Isabel Atterbury come to the office just for a moment?
Yes.
Thank you.
So we'll edit that part out. Okay, then down below here, I'm going to go down to 2C. 2C, bring it down a little bit. Curve this up, and it meets right in here. And there's a couple little squiggly lines up here. All right, in 2B, there's a diagonal line here. It goes a little bit into 3. And then this diagonal line, I actually needed to raise that up somewhere a little bit. Let's see, maybe if I get these 3 lines. There's 1, 2, 3 lines that I need in this corner. 1, 2, 3. So then put that around it. There's his arm. It's still a little bit small. That could still be a little bit bigger. I guess maybe that's a little bit higher there. I don't want to give him a wimpy little arm. Poor guy. All right, I think that's a little bit better. Oh, but still need a triangle right here. Dang it. Okay, I've been doing this for a long time and I'm still using my eraser. And you're going to keep using your eraser. Don't feel bad if you have to erase stuff, guys. All right, so there's a slight diagonal line there. And then straight down, and this goes into all the way down to D. This line goes all the way down to D, and then it curves just the very tip of D. Not a little bit too much. And then up. All right, let's finish up 3B. Okay, so 3B, a little line here, goes all the way to the C line. This line, which is his arm, starts in C3, goes up, and I'm going to make a little line here, a little line here, to kind of look at that space there. Okay, so this curves, it's in this quadrant right here, so 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrants here. This curves here, little curve there, curve, and then down. Nope, try it again. Okay, now over to C, C1, C1. Okay, so I've got a line that comes here and curves. It doesn't go all the way to D. That's too far. Another little line that curves into that. There's fingers. Got fat little fingers. That's fat little thumb. Okay, now here there's a lot of lines going on, so I've got one diagonal here. Maybe I better do the base of this first. So it comes out from his finger to about there, curves around, and then there's another inside line, goes up here and down around and down again. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines here. And then there are the lines behind back here. Here, that's his belly. That's a little bit of his shirt right here. Okay, so then 2C. 2C or not 2C? Okay, yes, 2C. Right about here, his belly. Get in my belly. And then there's a little line right here. A line right, oh, let's make this one. Let's finish this first. This line comes down, and then I've got an extra shape there. There we go. So we make sure we get those shapes all in there. Okay, this line comes from this, the tip of this cloth coming down, and it goes into D. Curve around, down into 1D, and then down from the fingers here. Okay, then we have the last little bit. His belly could have been bigger. Get in my big belly. I have a bigger belly. All right, that's a bigger belly now. Redraw those lines. All right, and then the base of this lyre or harp, and it goes down to and a little bit into D. All right, ta-da! Oh, I left out this little piece right here. Let's see what his nose looks like when I put his eyes in between it. He is very goofy looking. I don't like that. All right, you can use a little bit of artistic license, but it's for it to look better, not for you to get lazy. Don't get lazy. You're awesome. You shouldn't get lazy. All right, that's it. Ta-da!